Okay, guys, so here I have a patient who I wanted to show you. She has been coming to me for a couple years, and her great toe, as you can see, is kind of folded in on itself, and that's what we call those envelope pincer type nails. Her third and fourth toe kind of bend downward real close to the skin. So I wanted to be able to kind of talk to this a little bit more. I know I discuss it in the course and stuff, but when you are cutting and working with patients with these types of nails, we just have to be careful because the skin is really close to the nail edge, the free edge of the nail. And so we want to cut those nails with caution. So a lot of times I'll do a squeeze test real lightly before I finally cut. And if I don't hear anything from her, then I know that I'm okay to go ahead and cut. Pay particular attention to the patients who have neuropathy because obviously they're not going to feel that pinch test. So that's just something that I do, but I also keep in mind that a lot of times some patients can't feel that. Her great toe, a lot of times she has ingrowns with that. And it's just that the nail has folded in on itself, and so she feels like she's got that ingrown there. So I will kind of remove some debris from around the edges and the corners of the nail to give her a little bit of relief and stuff. The thing that is important on these nails is that you kind of have to cut at an angle when they're pincered in on each other like that. So I kind of go with the growth of the nail when I cut, and then sometimes I will try to remove any portion of the nail or say dead skin out of that corner is what I'm removing there. And that will give them a little bit of relief. It's amazing the smallest amount of relief or the greatest amount of relief that's given with the smallest amount of just removing a small amount of dead skin. It's quite amazing. Sometimes I've had patients that have, something as small as a grain of sand, and when you remove it, they feel immediate relief. So don't ever underestimate what it is that you're doing for these patients because it really gives them a lot of relief. Even if you think, oh, it's so small, it's not going to make a big impact. It really can make a huge impact. It's amazing how something so tiny and just a speck of nail or a little bit of dead skin can really cause a lot of discomfort for these patients. And then when I do begin to file, I will typically file these with my diamond bit. Nail bits is what I'll use. Sometimes I'll use the medium, sometimes I'll use the coarse. It just depends. There's really not a huge difference. It depends typically on how thick the nails are. Do I need to use, that larger barrel on other nails that are larger? For her, it looks like I'm using the smaller barrel. Which my smaller barrel is my medium coarse. And I just file those nails down. And I come in from behind because you'll kind of learn that technique over time. When you come in from kind of the back end with your filings, it does file it a little bit differently, and therefore it'll take the nail down a little bit better. And that's just something that you'll develop over time, when to turn your hand and when to turn back around and to flip your hand back and forth and such. And then I'll just file the nails down. And the point there, a lot of times they're hard to file down. So we just try to flatten them the best we can, knowing that we're not going to get them completely flat. I've had a couple patients that I've actually flattened the nails out on over time. But typically those are patients that come to me every other month, and they're really eager to get that nail flattened out. And so it is possible, but it does not happen all the time.